And don't act like you don't know what I mean, because every time is our time.
I click leave on porch. Your subordinates will be reported to DoorDash HQ.
Alexi, it's me. Open up.
Milena? Elena!
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about the wait. It was an important call. Highly classified. Lot of work. Many irons in fire.
You feel fulfilled?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so full. So filled. But why do you ask this? What brings you here?
There is something wrong with me. An emptiness. I'm just drifting. And I don't have purpose. I thought throwing myself into work was the answer. When your feet are in the air, your head on the ground. Yeah.
Oh no.
Who are you?
I'm Bob.
Who sent you, Bob?
Nobody. You were all sent?
Everyone here has done bad things. Shadow ops. Robbing government labs. Contract kills.
Yeah, so?
So, someone wants us gone. What the hell?
We're brought up with this belief that there are good guys and there are bad guys.
What's the plan?
This could get messy.
But eventually, you come to realize that there are bad guys and there are worse guys and nothing else. Look at you. So adorable.
Don't worry, she's bulletproof. What happened to bulletproof? It's bulletproof-ish.
Is that Bucky?
That's not good.
Let's talk about these movies, man, because I had a good time at the movies today, man. So, two big movies out right now. Sinners, Ryan Coogler's latest joint, man. This brother, to me, has never had a bad film, and I'm hearing from a lot of credible people, including Downtown Brown and Brittany Monet, that this is one of Coogler's best work, if not his best work. And then the movie I chose to see today, Ray. These Thunderbolts out here. They was thunderbolting, Ray. I was pleasantly surprised by the Thunderbolts. Yes, spoiler-free Thunderbolts review. If you want the super spoiled edition, wait a week or two when me, Brittany, and Jenny reconvene on Avengers Initiative because I have thoughts, particularly about that last post-credit scene. And it's not about what everybody else is talking about that has seen that post-credit scene. I have an issue, and I think Gerard knows my issue with a certain, let's say, legal matter that was brought up in the final post-credit scene. And I'm like, they stayed doing my boy dirty, but we ain't getting into that because that's a spoiler. But I saw Thunderbolts. Gerard has seen Thunderbolts. Jay and Ray, have y'all seen it yet?
No,
Not yet. No.
Okay, so we're not gonna spoil anything for anybody who hasn't seen it because it is still an opening weekend. But just off the top, Gerard, you have seen it more recently than me, probably by an hour or so. What did you think of the latest in the long line of these Marvel Cinematic Universe joints?
I think it was a really great film. I enjoyed the ensemble cast. I like the fact that what we were doing and the way I reflected on the film is we took a lot of the pieces of Phase 4 and a little bit of Phase 3 because of Ghost. And we tried to bring them all together to create this unit. And it was a fun film. I think it highlighted a lot of people that in other bigger films, they don't get the time to get highlighted like that. And I think if you look at this movie also from the lens of like, this is like somebody's solo film out of that group. Because I think one person gets a bigger shine more than most, and they lead kind of throughout certain acts. Kind of they are the can't get the word out, but they're basically causing the story to move forward because of some of the actions they're doing and leading by. I think it's a great thing for them. My biggest problem with Thunderbolts is the marketing campaign, because to say it is the best film since Endgame,
right?
I kept sitting there with that in my head the whole time, and I'm just like, it's great. We must be like about to take it to another level. Okay, I cannot wait till we hit that point. Okay. And I was like, are we doing a Venom 2? Like, it must be the post-credit scene that like everybody raved about Venom 2's post-credit scene when you first went to it. Okay, let's go see that. And I got to the end of the post-credit scene. I'm like, okay, we can all expect this. And I like this as a post-credit scene, but I didn't feel something in this movie like I felt something in Sinners. And one of my friends was just like, hey, 2 different movies. And I know they're 2 different movies, but when you're telling me this is better than Endgame, and I felt something in Endgame. All my eyes out when Tony died. It got me. I felt something in Wakanda Forever. I cried 3 times in Guardians of the Galaxy, and I didn't expect to. Like those movies, I felt something in those movies. I really I think this is on par with Shang-Chi.
Okay.
I think those are, and I love Shang-Chi. So like, that's not an insult.
Yeah,
I
Shang-Chi
love Shang-Chi.
is cool.
Shang-Chi, excuse me. But they like, how did you feel coming out the film, man? Because like, I really love the movie. I think the marketing is just it's doing it kind of dirty.
Well, the marketing is a problem in my opinion, because yes, one random reviewer may have said this is the best movie from Marvel since Endgame. You ain't got to say it. You ain't got to put it on the poster, especially right now. Like, I am not one of these people who's been like, oh, Marvel's dead, Marvel sucks, da 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 da. Like, I think, Marvel, like any good franchise, has ebbs and flows. And I think right now since Endgame, they've been in the rebuilding stage, the rebuilding and reloading stage. And I think just having that quote on your trailer is just inviting unfair comparisons to this film. But overall, I enjoyed Thunderbolts, man. Like, I think, and it's probably good that I did choose to see Thunderbolts Saturday and Center Sunday versus the other way around, because maybe that may have colored my thoughts on Thunderbolts. But I think I gave Captain America Brave New World a 7 out of 10. Like, I think I enjoy that movie more than most. Even though it's got flaws, I feel like Mackie and Ford did the damn thing in that movie. And I think I'd go a little bit higher with this one. I think I'd give this one an 8. Because there were moments, like there are moments in this film that feel like 2012's Avengers. and it doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel derivative. It feels earned because of the journey you go on with these characters. Again, there is one character, and I've made the joke online. Like, I guess they ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3. Like, we knew you weren't gonna make it out of this one. I ain't gonna say who it is, but we knew you weren't gonna make it out of this one, dog. Like,
That's tough.
grand opening, grand closing.
It was not a joke
Had the audacity to put this person on the poster. Like, come on, man, y'all ain't slick, Marvel. Like, y'all did this person wrong. But I think you're right. Like, this is a movie that feels like a sequel to a bunch of different things. It's a sequel to Black Widow. It's a sequel to Captain America and the Winter Soldier. It's a sequel to Ghost and a role in Ant-Man. And so, like, I think there's a lot of good in this. Bob is a character that I wasn't checking for before this movie, and I guess he was supposed to be played by Steven Yeun, and because of the writer's strike, it didn't work out. And they got Bill Pullman's son, who I never heard of before this movie, but he was good. He was good. I ain't gonna take it away from him. Nepo baby and all. He was good. He the Bronny James of the MCU. But I think the piece that pulled it all together for me was the relationships of the characters, particularly when you look at Alexei, the Red Guardian, and Yelena, and just their relationship and the way, like, that's what first got me interested in this movie. Like, the very first teaser trailer, like, last year, when and it's a scene that's actually in the movie where Alexei thinks Yelena is like DoorDash. And he's all like, he living grimy. He ain't been fulfilled, man. He just out here feeling sorry for himself. And then when he finds out, like, oh, it's my fake daughter from that Russian Soviet program we was in, he got to get all cleaned up and everything. And then they just have a conversation. So I think, like, they're good. Like, Bucky being in this, like, I wanted more Bucky, but Bucky was good in this. Your man John Walker. John Walker had some good moments in this one. I didn't think I was gonna like John Walker in this one. But then, to me, Gerard, the person that kind of, I think you're right. Yelena was the one that moved a lot of the action of the story, but I also feel like it was like a two-person weave, because it was her and Val, Julia Louis-Dreyfus' character. Like, I feel like those two, like, were the driving force of the film. And so, yeah, I feel like it's a good time, man. It sets some things up, particularly when you get to that last post-credits scene. I'll tell you right now, like, it is not the best MCU movie since Endgame, but it's a good time, man. It's a good time, and it gives you some of those old Avengers-esque feelings when they do the team up at the end of the movie. So yeah, I would recommend it, Ray. I would recommend it, Jay. I had a good time with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, to be fair, I think there's a difference, and maybe it's just a case of semantics. Is probably a difference between best since and just as good as. So maybe they're just like, because I think you guys mentioned, like, some of the bright spots since Endgame, like maybe a No Way Home or like a Shang-Chi or
Deadpool and Wolverine was just like 3 months or something ago, Ray. Like, they said they saying this got Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't like. I like them both, but, like, it's a crazy statement in my opinion, Ray. The best since Endgame. So we overlooking Shang-Chi, we overlooking Wakanda Forever, we overlooking Guardians 3, we overlooking No Way Home, we overlooking Deadpool and Wolverine. It's like, I don't know, dog.
Yeah, now that you mention those, yeah. That
like that,
that is a
and
very
the fact that it was just one person that said it and they pulled it for that quote. I'm like, come on, dog.
Yeah,
you set yourselves up.
Pushes for the marketing campaign, and it just, I understand we need to get people to the theaters, because here's the thing: if we get people invested in this one, we got you in July. Then,
yeah,
and then we can add even more people to the Fantastic Four in July. I understand what they're doing, because they're trying to get that Marvel year back. Because then you'll have 3 strong films this year, all in the year to lead out that. But, like, just get the label. Like, what? Where was his marketing energy last a couple months ago?
Yeah,
like,
they did Sam dirty with that marketing.
Non-traditional Captain America.
Not my Captain America. Like, hold on there. What are you saying?
I'm tired of them throwing Sam in these predicaments.
Man, look,
He
I
gotta
need
get a
Ryan
loan, gets an
Coogler.
eye for a loan.
I need Ryan Coogler to have a sit down with both of them Russos and like, hey, I know y'all got Sam coming back for both of these Avengers movies. You bet not do this Negro dirty. Cause Sam needs some wins, man.
See, I swear with Nate, with the way you be doing impression, I thought you were about to go into your Bay Area voice for Ryan Coogler. Go ahead.
Look here, cuz. You can't be putting dirt on Sam's name like that, cuz. Go right off on you fools at they bone barbecue.
Like,
Russo brother.
That brother has a thick Bay accent. I was like, wow.
Why is Ryan Coogler and E40 walking up to Marvel Studios like that? What is going on? But no, they do, and again, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but yeah, that post-credit scene, like, it was weird though, Gerard, because it got me hyped for the last thing that we saw. It also got me hyped for the potential for great storytelling when you've got these conflicting issues that the post-credit scene brings up. But the way that they got to that conflict, at least in that little bit that we got, I don't like the way we get to that conflict.
We don't need to keep landing and putting stripes against this man for him to have to overcome, dog. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to be as spoiler-free as possible. But like, I do like I like it because it reminds me of, oh my gosh, there's Thor's hammer and there's Coulson there, like, I have to call you back. I got to deal with this situation first. And it's teasing not only the fact that, hey, Thor's coming, we're building up the Avengers. That movie is on the way, but we about to jump to this situation and we about to tell you a whole new story with that. Like, I ain't spoiling Thor. Have you not seen Thor from 2011? Don't tell me Thor.
No.
Ray wasn't trained to wait for the post-credit scenes back then.
Like, I don't think I spoiled anything, but I'm trying to be as
Ray Thor does show up in the Avengers.
I know that.
The whole time he's like, who is this random Norse man?
No.
They should make a movie about him. He's good. So you ain't seen Remember the Titans, you ain't never seen Thor.
Oh man. That's crazy.
I'm just saying, you ain't got to tell me that he's returning. Like, let me.
No. Thor has nothing to do with this post-credit scene at the end of this movie.
No, he's talking about the way the post-credit scenes used to make you feel.
Oh, as an example. All right.
It's not just a joke. Like, oh, hey, I'm glad you made it to the end of this post-credit scene. Like Captain America at the end of Homecoming. Like, nah, I don't want to be. I want to laugh. I want to see something that excites me. So, like, it gives me that kind of excitement for the future.
And I'm like, man, come on, man. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, y'all, if y'all had this juice, y'all could have gave Sam a better post-credit scene, man. In Cap 4, spoiler alert if you ain't seen Cap 4 yet. His post-credit scene was when they got the leader, spoiler alert, the good guy won in the Marvel movie. Oh, shocker. And they locked up the leader, and Sam is like, you know, you're going to spend a lot of time in here, whatever he say. And the leader's like, that's very funny. And he's like, I don't think we share the same sense of humor. And he's like, oh, but you will, because the others are coming. Sam Wilson will return. I'm like, at this point, should he want to, the way y'all did this, man, with his post-credit scene?
I'm glad you mentioned that because I forgot about that part until you reminded me. It's like, that was so forgettable.
Yeah. And okay, now we going back to Sam, man. We going back to Sam because one of the things that I love how they clicked on like Black Marvel ending. So if you look at like Black Panther to me has one of the best. Actually, I should say non-traditional Marvel ending, because if you go to Black Panther, when Black Panther has all the stars with the little sand sculptures and stuff at the end, that to me is like top tier Marvel in music credits. You go to Shang-Chi and they had the
Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky, Anderson .Paak with the little water images, like fire. And they was like, yeah, we cooking with this. Let's give Sam the non-traditional ending. And they had the Kendrick Lamar, I song at the end. I'm like, okay, Sam. And then we get that post-credit scene. I'm like, that's what you did to this man. Justice for Sam Wilson, yes.
I mean, if I'm trying to hype that scene up in any way, it's cool that Black man on the other side of the bars, especially bars he's been in already in this movie.
In the rap, yeah.
So like, So like it's cool to see him like have that other side of it, but like, and I guess like I get it, like that's supposed to be like that don't have the same like kick as a Samuel L. Jackson saying, "Hey, I'm here to serve the Avengers." Like that ain't hitting the same as the others are coming. The others are coming. Like, okay.
Cool. And then you got people like, oh, don't you know he's talking about the Illuminati? Oh, don't you know he's talking about Dr. Doom? Like he could be talking about anybody. He said the others.
All right.
It's just come on. They could have did better for
I'm
Sam.
gonna be quiet. I was about to say something, but I'll say it. I'll pipe in later on.
You know what? If y'all wanted to, look, here's how they could have fixed that post credit scene, Jay. Do the same damn thing, but then do what you did for Miss Marvel to get people hyped about that last episode of Miss Marvel. Had the leader be like, "Wait for it, Sam, because the others are coming." Like, at least that's something. At least that's something.
Yeah.
Hey, I felt something more than that. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. They have done Sam dirty in a lot of different ways, but I'm hoping moving forward, especially if the Russos get their hands back on him, I'm sure that this is going to spin in a much better direction for him moving forward. Because the Russos seem to do better with a lot of people's characters when they bring them over. So,
and that was the first movie Sam was introduced in was Captain America: Winter Soldier.
On your left.
Yeah. So hopefully they do Sam better, man. Hopefully, because this brother, you got to think, Ray, this is inspirational. This man went from a brother that couldn't get along in this country after serving this country to leading the Avengers. Maybe we don't know. At least he got a shield.
True.
Oh, man.
That's Falcon right there. No,
I'm gonna be quiet now because I'm trying not to talk. No spoilers. I am upset about that end scene.
Yeah.
That one note, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
It was crazy because I was like hyped at the same time, but then like after it goes to black and I'm we're leaving the theater, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be cool. Took me maybe about 5 minutes, Gerard, to be like, wait a minute. They said he did what? No, he wouldn't go out like that.
I wouldn't say that was like a Sour Patch Kid. That was sour this sweet for sure.
Yeah.
That was for sure sour this sweet, man.
It's like, nah, you must be talking about some other character did this, right? Not him.
Oh, that's tough.
Gotta be Sharon Carter, right? She's still around, ain't she? We ain't seen Sharon in a minute.
I was about to call her the programmer, but that's definitely not the title.
The power broker.
The power broker, yeah, not the programmer.
The programmer.
That's tough.
That's the next bit. That's the others that the leader was talking about. Wait till you see the programmer.
He really gonna knock your socks off.
He used to work for IT, but now he done turned over a bad leaf.
I will say this. We have spewed some positive and some slight criticism at Thunderbolts, but hey, I'm excited for movies right now. Like I'm excited for the next movie this summer because between Sinners and Thunderbolts in the same week, this is a strong week for movies for me. So, and I can't remember a time where I've seen two strong movies like that back to back.
Yep. So, and it's been a rough year. It's been a rough year for Hollywood. Like outside of, and again, for the most part, I don't care about the box office, Ray. But I do care when it comes to people using box office as a reason not to do a thing again.
Right.
But like Sam had a good opening weekend. They finally, it took them a minute. They finally crossed $400 million. And then you had Minecraft was a big hit.
Yep.
And now you got Sinners and hopefully Thunderbolts. But other than that, it's been a down year for movies at the box office.
Yeah. And I think, especially like you guys were saying, I think it's been several different reasons that people haven't been trying to return to theaters as far as like maybe especially with the advent, or not the advent, but the more commonality of movies being released day and date on digital or virtual sites and stuff like that, and also not wanting to deal with the different characters.
What was that movie with your boy The one that's already cut you off, Ray. But what was that movie that just came out with your boy Timothy Chalamet?
Sure. Probably a Complete Unknown.
Talking about Dune?
No. Maybe it wasn't Timothy, but it was the movie about the guy that like he kept being killed, but they could bring him back, and he was like,
"Oh, Mickey 17."
Mickey 17 by
Mickey 17. That was
Robert Pattinson.
Pattinson. Okay, Batman. Yeah.
They don't all look alike, Nate.
I'm just going based off of their acting talent, Ray.
Sure,
I'm like Triple H in the movies. I don't see color, brother. But Mickey 17, that joint came out in the theaters one week. I'm not even lying, Jay. By the next weekend, they're like, Mickey 17 coming to streaming next week. Like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It literally just came out.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right, Ray. Like I think, and there's so many things. Like we could do a whole episode just like talking about the pandemic, because I feel like there are so many effects from the pandemic, whether you're talking economy, whether you're talking about entertainment, whether you're talking about the way people live their lives, mental health. There's so many consequences and ripples from the pandemic that I still think are being felt, but people just don't want to talk about them, Ray.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And like you said, especially, when we're talking about the economy, especially nowadays, you got to bring up our boy 45, 47. But yeah, especially when it comes to just the luxuries and people having enough money for the luxuries, and it's not like movie theater ticket prices and concession prices are going down. Like Gerard was just mentioning, like, why would I want to spend $20 for a small bucket of popcorn or a bag of popcorn? How people be doing that. So yeah, I think it's a lot of factors. And